What is going on YouTube? Just helping you out here. And for today's video, I am going to be showing you how to find the equation of a line that passes through 2 points, and in the problem you'd be given 2 points. And so the generic equation for a line is y is equal to mx plus b, where y is your y coordinate, m is your slope, x is your x coordinate, and b is your y-intercept. And so now if you're given 2 points, you're going to want to label them points 1 and 2. So for point 1, you would have x1, y1, and for point 2, you would have x2, y2. Now when you're given your 2 points in the problem, it doesn't matter which one you label point 1 and point 2, all your numbers will still come out the same. And so I'll make a little note of that. And so right here I'm just saying that the labeling of points 1 and 2 is interchangeable. And so the first thing you want to do in order to find the equation for the line that passes through these 2 points is you need to find the slope. So what we're going to do is find m. And the equation for m is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And you can actually calculate this directly since all 4 of these variables are contained in the 2 points that you are given for the problem. And so now once you have m, you can find your y-intercept. So you'll be able to find b. And the way that you do that is you're going to plug either point 1 or 2 into your generic equation with the slope you just found substituted in. So using point 1, you would have y1 is equal to m times x1 plus b, and now we can subtract this term from both sides, and that'll allow you to find that your y-intercept is equal to y1 minus m times x1. And if you look here, y1 and x1 you're given in the problem since you're given point 1, and m you just found right here. So you have everything you need to find your y-intercept, and that'll allow you to plug in your slope and y-intercept into this generic equation, and that'll give you the equation for the line that passes through these 2 points. And so just for completeness, you can also use point 2, and that'll give you y2 is equal to m times x2 plus b, and again you're going to subtract this term from both sides. You'll have b is equal to y2 minus m times x2. And although it may not look like it from just these variables, the b that you find using these 2 points are equivalent. And so at this point you have found everything you need to determine the equation of the line you were looking for, but just to be safe, what we can do is actually do a check. So with that check, you can plug in each point to verify your equation. And what I mean by that is once you have the slope and y-intercept that you found here and here plugged in, you can take point 1 and plug it in and verify that the left side is equivalent to the right side. And so this is the step-by-step process that you can use to solve problems like this. And now I would like to do an example to prove that all of this works. Okay, so for the example that I'm going to show, we're going to say find the equation of the line passing through -1, 0, and 2, 6. And so according to our process over here, the first thing we want to do is label our points 1 and 2. As I said, it doesn't matter which one you label point 1 and point 2. What I'm going to do is say that point 1 is -1, 0, and point 2 is 2, 6. And so now what we need to do is find our slope, and that means that m is equal to y2, which in this case, this is our second point, and this is our y term, so that would be 6 minus y1, which is 0, over x2, which is 2, minus x1, which is -1. And that is equal to 6 divided by 3. This is 2 minus -1 is 2 plus 1, which is 3, and this is equal to 2. And just to show you that it doesn't matter what your labeling of the points is, I'm going to do a little aside here, and I'm going to say if labels were switched. So what we're going to say is now this is point 1 and this is point 2. So then m would be equal to y2, which is 0, minus y1, which is 6, divided by x2, which is -1, minus x1, which is 2. And so now this is going to be equal to -6 over -3, which is also equal to 2. So no matter which way I labeled my points, I got that the slope was equal to 2 in both cases, which shows that it does not matter how you label your points as long as you keep it consistent throughout the entire problem. And so now what we can actually do is plug in our slope into our generic equation, and that'll leave us with y is equal to 2x plus b. And now in our step-by-step process, we can find our y-intercept. And so what I'm going to do is I'll show plugging in either point. So using point 1, y1 equals 2x1 plus b. I'll again go with the original naming that I did up here, so point 1 and point 2. So y1 is 0 is equal to 2 times x1, which is -1, plus b. This gives us 0 is equal to -2 plus b, which then tells us that if we add 2 to both sides, b is equal to 2. And again, for completeness, using point 2, y2 is equal to 2 times x2 plus b. So 6 is equal to 2 times 2 plus b. 6 is equal to 4 plus b. If we subtract 4 from both sides, we'll get that b is equal to 2. So like I said over here, these two would be equivalent, and right here we can see that those two are indeed equal to each other. And in the case where I switched the labeling, we found that the slope was still equal to 2, so we would have arrived at this same generic equation with the slope plugged in. And since I showed both points with the original labeling anyways, you would get the exact same y-intercepts that I did right here had you used this alternative labeling. And so now what we can do is plug our y-intercept into this equation right here, and that'll leave us with y is equal to 2x plus 2. And so now that is actually our final answer. That is the equation for the line that passes through the 2 points that we were given in the problem. But like I said over here, we can do a little check to verify that. And so what we'll do is plug point 1. And so what that'll do is it'll be y1 is equal to 2x1 plus 2. And so now if we plug in point 1, we'll have 0 is equal to 2 times -1 plus 2. 0 equals -2 plus 2. That'll give us 0 equals 0. That's a true statement. So check. So that point is satisfied. And so what we can do is a similar thing with point 2. We'll have y2 is equal to 2x2 plus 2. So if we take this, we'll have 6 is equal to 2 times 2 plus 2. 6 is equal to 4 plus 2, or 6 is equal to 6. Again, that is a true statement. point 2 checks out, and that is the way that you can verify that the equation that you found is indeed the correct equation for the line that passes through the 2 points that you were given in the problem. And so that's about it for this video. If you found it helpful, please drop a like, leave a comment if you have any questions or an idea for a future video, and lastly, please don't forget to subscribe and tell your friends about my channel so I can grow and help more of you guys out. I'm just helping you out. See you in the next video.